Hey guys, this is RPR Short Films 13, aka Ryan, and today I am doing an unboxing video of Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning on 4K Blu-ray for the very first time. I can't even believe I'm doing an unboxing video of this. Um, this was uh, the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie I saw on the big screen, and I mean, I was young. I was probably too young to see it in the theater. Um, but I remember dressing up as Leatherface as a kid in 2006. And I remember getting the costume and the fake chainsaw. And I just loved dressing up as horror movie characters growing up. So that was a lot of fun. And I did like the first remake that came out in 2003. This was this is a prequel. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning is a prequel to that movie. It could be nostalgia, but it's my personal favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre after the original. It's kind of tied with the original for me because I love these two films for different reasons. Um, and I love the first remake, the 2003. That was, I mean, Platinum Dunes remakes for Texas Chainsaw Massacre were incredible, in my opinion. If not the best horror remakes. Honestly, I mean, when I look back at all the horror remakes that have been made, when you look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre and what's happened to that series with Texas Chainsaw, the Leatherface prequel, and the Netflix, that bad Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, you know, we haven't gotten a film like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning or the 2003 remake. My opinion, I think that the remakes made Leatherface like scary, like scarier than he was. Um, and it's like the house that was used in the two remakes, like how scary that house was. I mean, that's the signature like character of those two movies is that house. It's just it's different from the original, but it's it's just as effective and scary. I had probably had the most nightmares as a kid of that house. Leatherface is very scary in these two films, and I hope that one day we get a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that's on this level. Yeah, it's just a good movie. You know, it's just I don't know why it's so hard to make a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I really don't. Um, but I'm gonna do an unboxing video for you guys of this. I'm very excited. Um, I enjoyed it in the theater when I was a kid, but at the same time, I was like, whoa, like that was a lot. I remember my stomach. I remember feeling sick to my stomach when I saw the movie. I was like unsettled. Was definitely scared, but I knew the movie was fake. Um, so that definitely helped. And I enjoyed the performances, the acting, because me, like, I love movies. I love what goes on behind the scenes of a movie. So how was this made? And I just love the making of movies. So I think that's also why horror movies weren't as scary for me growing up because uh, my love for film and how much I knew how fake it was. Um, and yeah, I just was able to separate the difference between reality and fantasy. And I could say, like, after watching behind the scenes videos, I'd be like, wow, that's a really realistic effect. That looks really real, but that's not real though. And they showed exactly how not real it is and what goes into that special effect. If it weren't for all the like behind the scenes documentaries for horror movies and all the bonus extras they had on DVDs back then, these films probably would have affected me more. I've always enjoyed what goes on with a movie and how movies are made. So simple as that. All right, let's unbox this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, 2006. Can't believe I was 11 years old when I saw this, and um, I remember getting the DVD when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Um, It's just, and then when I grew up, I got the Blu-ray of it, and I've always wanted this and the 2003 to be in 4K, and finally we have it in 4K Blu-ray. Thanks to Arrow Video. They did the Friday 13th remake, so they've been releasing some bangers lately. They're kind of like another Scream Factory. But let's unbox this. So okay, all right. Let's take this plastic off. All right. All right. So that's how it looks in the front. How it looks in the back. All right. We'll take this case off. All right. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the artwork. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of it. Um, I'm a little disappointed with this. With the um, yeah, I think they could have done a better job. So, all right. So let's. Oh, okay. Open this. All right. So when you open the case, you get the 4K Blu-ray. It's like boom, right there. And then you take this out. Um, take this out. Interesting. All right. Want more from Arrow Video? Become a member for free today. Um, so that's more from Arrow. Um, I'm really feeling I can just I know it's coming. Freddy versus Jason in 4K Blu-ray. Um, I think Arrow is going to be the ones people that will give us Freddy versus Jason in 4K. This is really cool. That's the other side of this. Now that poster is like the most iconic poster of the series for me. Like, I mean, everyone had this poster back in 2006, 2007. Like it was it was awesome. I just love that. It's what an iconic image. Like, just takes me back and it makes me feel old too. Um, can't believe this was 2006. You know what that means? That means next year it's 20 years since I. Then this was the very first horror movie I saw on the big screen that was rated R, like rated R horror. This was my first like no my eyes being covered experience seeing a horror film on the big screen. Because then the Halloween remake was a year after that. All right, so you get some really cool some cool stuff with the Blu-ray. It's not just the Blu-ray disc. You get basically a little bit of a book here, contents, cast and crew. So you get some images of the movie, um, images of the film uh, that are actually behind the scenes photos. Uh, I mean, still photos of the movie that aren't. Uh, this is done very well. Yeah, this is very like Scream Factory level of these 4K Blu-ray releases. Yeah, this movie's so iconic to me. I know this movie like beat by beat. It's just I was blown away by the acting when this movie came out. I was blown away by the directing, the cinematography, the editing, music score. Like there was the movie wasn't just like, it didn't feel like a cheap B movie horror movie. It felt like a movie. It was a movie. It was a story, and and that's what I really loved about uh this movie. It wasn't like the Netflix, you know, like it wasn't bad. I mean, not everybody did like this movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, and but a lot of people did. It made a lot of money when it came out. Oh, I want to read about the transfer, the 4K transfer of Blu-ray of the movie. Okay, about the presentations. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, has been restored by Arrow Films and is presented in its original aspect ratio of 1 by 85 with DTS 2.0 and 5.1 audio on the theatrical version and DTS HD master audio 2.0, 5.1, and 7.1 audio on the uncut version. 7.1, all right. Both the theatrical and uncut versions of the film are presented in 4K resolution and HDR10 and Dolby Vision. The original 35 millimeter camera negative was scanned in 4K slash 16-bit resolution at Warner Brothers Motion Picture Imaging. Additional materials were sourced for the content unique to the uncut version. Wow. The film was restored in 4K resolution and color graded at Duplatech. Duplatech. All materials sourced for this new master were made available by Warner Brothers. This new restored master was reviewed and approved by director Jonathan uh, Lebsman. I can never pronounce his last name correctly. Sorry. That is awesome that they got him to supervise this transfer. I always love when they get the director to supervise any new like 4K transfer a movie has. I love that they do that now, especially I mean Warner Brothers, because they went to every single director on the Nightmare on Elm Street set 4K um, box set that came out, like every single Nightmare film in 4K. They each director, obviously aside from Wes Craven, R.I.P., were supervised the movie in terms of how it looked. Like they got their permission and input, and you know that's how you do it. Um, I love that. All materials sort uh, QC review was completed by Pixel 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 Pix, sorry Pixelogic Pixlogic restoration supervised by James Percy and James White Arrow Films. Okay, so it was supervised by Arrow Films, but approved, yet reviewed and approved by the director. So talk about a collab for a restoration. Duplatech, all the names. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people worked on this transfer. You know, that's really cool. That's really cool. This wasn't some cheap 4K AI transfer. So I'm always happy when you can tell that when that company took their time into a product, and you know 4K Blu-rays, you know they deserve to be done right and to be given the treatment they deserve. That's really really cool. Now it comes with a poster, which this is crazy because I remember so many people I knew had this poster. Now not this one. This is it's just that's bad. That's bad. It's just it's bad. Um, But then you have like this one. Then you have the actual poster. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Then you have the actual poster. That's what should be the artwork on the cover. Or it's like um, this is how it looks when but then when you take this like slip case off, then you get this on the front of the cover of the Blu-ray instead of this. I don't know. It's I'm very disappointed by the poster. I guess the Arrow made. I just yeah. It doesn't feel like the movie. It doesn't feel like it's connected. It doesn't look like it's connected. Um, it feels rushed and very photoshopped. I think that's my biggest complaint. Now let's take the Blu-ray disc out. There we go. Now I thought it came with the 1080p version as well. It's like I just don't know anymore. When I open a lot of 4K Blu-rays, if it's going to come with the other Blu-ray, like a standard Blu-ray of the movie, and not just the 4K. It really just depends on the 4K Blu-ray you get. They're all different. Um, but that's really awesome. I'm very excited to watch this. I'm definitely going to get the 2003 remake 4K in the future. I'm definitely going to get that one because aside from the original, the Platinum Dune remakes are my favorite of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. I just think that they were done the best. And we have yet to get a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that's on the level of this film and the 2003 remake. That's my opinion, but I think a lot of people would agree with me. So yeah, so there you go, guys. That's my unboxing of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. Which I always love that title. Not a lot of prequels are called the beginning, you know, and it's just cool that they just called it the beginning. It wasn't Leatherface this or that or that. It was just the beginning, and I just love that title. And I was surprised that they did make a prequel instead of a sequel, but I'm glad they did. I'm glad they made a prequel instead because the backstory was like way more interesting to be told than to continue the storyline from the first remake. Because that movie had a beginning, middle, and end. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my unboxing video and little review of Arrow Video's Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning 4K HDR Blu-ray. Yeah, Arrow Video is awesome. I'm excited for future releases they do, and especially mainly Freddy vs. Jason. We didn't get Freddy vs. Jason in the Nightmare on Elm Street, Blu-ray box set that came out, 4K box set that has recently come out. So it's definitely very exciting. Arrow hasn't said anything. I'm making an assumption. I'm going with my gut that it's going to happen. And I think that release will be more hyped than the Nightmare 4K box set that came out. I think the Freddy vs. Jason 4K, like when eventually there is one made from Arrow Video, it's going to be like way more hyped because it's Freddy and Jason. It's both of them. So I think it'll be very successful. But thank you guys for watching my unboxing video, and I will talk to you all very soon. All right, peace.